What up YouTube, J-Dub here, and today I've got something a little different today. Once again, you guys know I try to do whatever I can to bring you content and stuff, and well, what I've got's not necessarily a car, it's not a bike, but it has a motor and four wheels. So, I guess it counts. Real quick, guys, I just want to tell you before I continue with this review, I am not a lawnmower expert by any stretch of the means. I am literally just an average Joe guy that has a little bit of land in the country that mows his grass once or twice a week. A lot of guys probably are like, well, why didn't you go with a zero turn? You know, zero turns are so much... I'm like, yeah, zero turns are cool. But here's the problem. A, I only have a little over an acre here. I don't have much land. So a 54-inch deck on a riding mower is kind of perfect for what I need. The other problem with zero turns, man, they are freaking expensive. Even still, they're not as bad as they used to be, but even still, I was looking at a Cub Cadet zero turn, 54-inch deck, and it was still almost $4,000. And while this did cost me almost $3,100, you know, it doesn't change the fact that, you know, it just, I just didn't need a zero turn. Maybe one day I'll get one, but right now, it's just not what I needed. So, like I said, this is more or less just to give you guys the average Joe's review. This is a snap review. I am not an expert. There are probably reasons behind my complaints why they did something, you know, but overall, I just hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's move forward. So I bought a new mower, guys. This is a Cub Cadet, brand new 2022 Cub Cadet XT1 Enduro Series ST54. 54 being the size deck. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do a little bit of a initial review and what I think about this mower so far. Alright guys, so basically the story goes as follows. I went to go and start doing my spring maintenance on my old Craftsman. I have a Craftsman T2200. I'll show you that here in a second. And basically, it needed quite a bit. You know, I mean, it's normal spring maintenance like anything else, but it is going to need, you know, typical oil change, spark plug, air filter. But it was also going to need new blades, new belts. And the one blade bearing, that it was gone. I already have that part, but the other side was going to need it too. So me and my dad wound up going and looking at mowers. Found this Cub and I really liked it, so I thought for the price it wasn't too bad. And I'm going to go over why I basically thinking like that. Alright guys, due to the wind, I'm going to go and do a little bit of a voiceover. So it has a push bar on it. Also, kind of like the LED headlights. While I have not mowed when it's been late enough to be dark to see if they're worth anything or not, I don't know. But we'll see what happens in the future. I love the forged deck. That was one of the main selling points on this mower for me, was the forged deck. I like how you got to fill the gas. My old mower, you had to lift the hood to fill the gas. It has a Kohler 7000 series, 24 horsepower, twin piston, which is pretty nice. And the power is definitely, the extra power over my old Briggs & Stratton is definitely nice to have. It's not super fancy, guys. Like, I thought it was fancy because it had like an hour meter on it, where my old Craftsman didn't. You had to keep track of your hours for maintenance. We got the battery there. But for the most part, you know, like I said, overall it's a pretty good mower. I'm pretty happy with everything. I'm not sure about this reverse yet. We're gonna have to see what happens in the future, whether or not I'm gonna give my okay or not on this reverse. So far, I'm not crazy about it. But like I said, it's just a pretty standard mower. I don't know why Cub Cadet went with like the black wheels. A lot of manufacturers have, and that's apparently a thing this year. So, I mean, it looks cool, I guess, but I'm just not sure why they did that. But, yeah, overall, pretty good. The seat's pretty comfortable. I like all the different selections for the deck height, where normally you get like 5 settings. This has, I think, almost 12 on it, which is pretty cool. So, I like the little cubby you got there. It's kind of nice for my phone and stuff. Got got a brake there. Like I said, overall, guys, I like it. I really do like that I could fill this thing from the outside, not have to lift the hood and pour straight into the fuel cap there. So, like I said, once again, we got the headlights. Not sure how I feel about those yet. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm not upset with it. The forward motion and the reverse is kind of odd too, because it's foot controlled, where my old Craftsman was operated by handle. So I don't know how I feel about that yet, but I'm getting there. But yeah, guys.
All right, guys, I'm going to fire it up and we're going to have a listen to how it sounds. Apparently that's a thing in the world of lawnmower reviews.
Now, I've seen a couple of people say that this is a louder mower. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about. It might be a smidge louder than what my Craftsman was, which has a Briggs & Stratton in it. But to be fair, it sounds just like every other mower I've ever used before. So, not really... The sound really didn't strike me, but I just wanted to make sure everybody could hear it, because, you know, this is the first time me doing anything like this. I want to make sure it's up to snuff. Alright, guys, so basically the whole thing with the reverse is, it's kind of tedious. I've kind of figured it out, but I don't know. I still think it's kind of a tedious thing, so we're gonna have to kind of take that at a later date, after like a review after the season or something like that. But as you can see, I've got quite a bit to mow, guys. Like I said, I've got a little bit over an acre to mow, and basically from here, that's the uncut grass. Here's the cut grass. It cuts really well, all things considered. So, I mean, this is what it looks like from the driver's seat. Alright, guys, so I just got done mowing the whole grass, and I must say I am very impressed with the way this mower cuts. Like I said, it is very even. It does it very, very well. I'm very happy with it. One cool thing I noticed, and it's got to be some form of design in like the blade area on the deck, but I definitely noticed that this has absolutely 10 times better, I don't even know how to put it. The way it spits the grass out is just 10 times better, because my old Craftsman, it had a real bad tendency to clump. Like, even when it was dry, you know, you get into just a little bit of heavy grass and it would clump really bad. Whereas with this mower, it doesn't. Now, I think there's a couple of reasons behind that. I think the deck itself, just being bigger, plays a factor. I also think that it's just the design of the deck. They did say when they were advertising this, like they changed something on the deck to where it's supposed to blow the grass out better, to where it doesn't clump and all that. The other thing I think is the 24 horsepower Kohler motor is definitely more powerful than what my old Craftsman was, which had a Briggs & Stratton 19.5 horsepower motor on it. And I think it just eats up the grass better. So, You know, that's my theory on that. Once again, one thing that I'm going to go right out and say that I don't like about this mower so far, and it's going to sound so petty, but it's the reversing on it. And when I say that is to be able to reverse while the PTO is engaged. And why I say that is because the way you're supposed to do this is kind of weird and tedious and unnecessary. So with the mower on, you're supposed to flip it back, hold this button, and then this red light will engage. Okay? This is very unnecessary in my opinion. It should be no more difficult than to flip this to this position here, the key back to that position, and be able to go about your merry way. See, this is one part where I think my Craftsman actually got it right. Now, granted, the Craftsman is almost 9 years old, but it's simple. You have your stop, reverse, run, and then your start. Okay, when you start it, it stays in the run position here. You flip the key back, and guess what? Now you can mow in reverse. No more, you know, difficult than that right there. Is it a big problem? Not really. It does work, but at the same time, I noticed that that button has been a little fidgety. Now, there could be a problem with the actual button itself. I have no idea. Leave me a comment below if you own one of these and know more about it than I do. But I don't know. It seemed like a very, very unnecessary process to something as simple as turning the key back. Now, I don't know which company got sued the crap out of because they must have ran over somebody with the mower in reverse while it was running, why they had to add that safety feature. But I'm just saying it's very, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. It should be no more difficult than turning a key. There shouldn't have to be a second step in there. And that's what that button is. It's a second step, and I don't know. Just personally, I don't like that. One other thing, it's not really a complaint, it's more of a concern, and that is I'm not really sure how I feel about the electronic PTO engage and disengagement. And I've never dealt with that before. Like I said, my old Craftsman's going on 9 years old. It was still ran off of a cable. I could be out of my mind. You're just paranoid, whatever. I don't know. But I have a funny feeling we'll see how well this lasts over time. The PTO is engaged simply by just, with the mower running, just pulling this up. Okay, and it's an electronic PTO. I believe that there's a pulley down below that has a little electrical piece on it, and it basically that's what engages the PTO. Whereas on my old Craftsman, and every mower I've ever owned or dealt with before this has always been cable, which, you know, there's literally a lever, and you pull the lever and it engages the cable, which engages the PTO. Once again, probably not going to be a problem. The switch itself, I checked online because I was just curious. It's like 44 bucks to replace that switch. So we'll see how long it lasts. It could last for the life of the mower. I have no idea. It's just something that I'm like, okay, that's different. We're 2022 now, I guess. Everything's got to be frickin' electronic. Nothing can be mechanical anymore, you know. But like I said, we'll see how well it lasts. I could be wrong. Just saying that's something I'm a little worried about. The way you accelerate on this Craftsman, I had to get used to it. Once again, this is not a bad thing. I thought I was not going to like it a lot, but I've actually grown to understand how it operates, and it's really not that bad. But that is the how you control going forward and backward. Okay, so on here, you literally press this forward to go forward, and then you press this to go backward. Okay, once again, not a problem. I've gotten used to it. It's actually not bad at all. But I'm kind of used to, once again, my Craftsman, which had a lever here, and then obviously the blade height was on the other side there. But this basically controlled your speed, and unfortunately that was something that it took a few minutes to get used to. But at the same time, I have gotten used to it, and it actually is working pretty well. Once again, I don't think that would be a deterrent for me from not liking the mower at all. It's just something that, once again, you got to kind of get used to it. And the last thing that I'm not really worried about it. It was just kind of a, oh, hey, by the way, you got to think about that. Now, my old Craftsman was literally a 42-inch deck mower. It wasn't very big. Like I said, it had a Briggs & Stratton 19 horsepower motor engine in it, and while that engine was very reliable, I have no hate to Briggs & Stratton. I think it was a great little motor. I'm really excited for this Kohler. I like the more power. This is 24 horsepower, the 7000 series, I believe. I'm all about that. It definitely likes more gas though. Not so much to where it would turn me off. I can literally mow my entire yard probably at least almost twice. I'd say at least 1.5 times per fill up. So if I've got to put it, I think it's a 3-gallon capacity tank. Once again, guys, I think it's a 3-gallon capacity, but this was full as of I mowed the first time I mowed. I had to fill it up to mow my front yard, which is probably 1/4 of an acre maybe, and I filled it up full then, and then I just mowed the entire grass now. Now, one thing I will say, compared to my Craftsman, you had to lift the hood to fill it underneath here. Kind of tedious. I didn't like that. But here I could fill right up on the side. Pretty simple, really easy, and I like that a lot. So that's definitely one thing I really do like on this mower. So last of first impressions, guys, like I said, overall I think I got a really good value for what I got. It's by no means perfect, but unfortunately I'm not one of those guys that can just go out and spend $8 grand on a mower and feel good about myself. I think that it's like I can't do that. I literally use this to mow the grass once or twice a week. So I needed something reliable, something that was efficient, something that cut, and something that was going to get the job done quickly. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with it, guys. But once again, this is the first time I'm reviewing a lawnmower. I'm not a lawnmower aficionado or anything like that. This is literally coming from just a regular guy that has about an acre yard in the country that mows his grass once to twice a week. Okay, so that's what I'm making this review for. Bring you guys content, and also just to give my thoughts for the average Joe. I haven't seen too many videos on the new 2022 on YouTube, so I thought, hey, I'll make a video so people can see it and go from there. So if I missed the mark, please let me know. Leave a comment down below, guys. I try to get back to everybody I can. I always appreciate all the interaction I get from you guys, the likes. Please give me a thumbs up, help the channel out. Everybody who subs, please consider subbing if you haven't already. I appreciate all you guys. You're awesome. But if I miss something, if I'm not getting something, or like just your thoughts in general, please leave a comment. Let me know, guys. I love getting feedback. So I think that's going to close out this review. If you guys want, let me know in the comment section as well if you want to see a like a after season update on what I think of the mower, or I'm thinking I'm going to have to change the brake-in oil here in about another 1.5 hours of time. So probably after the next mow, possibly the next 2 mows, I'm going to have to change the oil in the oil filter. So let me know in the comments if you guys want to see something like that. So that's all I got for you guys. Until next video,